All right, I'm just going to read a little bit of a poem here. Yo. Yeah, this poem, it's supposed to be like a sci-fi novel in the form of a poem, and this is the first part of it. I actually read this last year in May at Poetry Reading Night in Dunedin. And I was looking at it the other day, and you know, it's funny, like you try to write something that's science fiction and you wait 6 months and it's already 80% of it science fact, but you know, that's the times that we live in. So this is called New Munster 2098. New Munster 2098, formerly the province of New Munster, propelled into an uncaring century in history overlate, looming, grim, jutting from the stormy Pacific, bristling with technology sophisticate. One sees, even from miles away, the silhouettes of towers, the outlines of megapolises, seats of vice and power. And round these centres sprawl boroughs and ghetto settlements, where black markets thrive and fugitives huddle, and ill gains are got and ill profits spent. As high-tech fortresses may these cities be described, except it is within, not just without, the danger lies. One steps past many bollards, at each corner one is scanned, and checkpoints are not skimped on, being spaced at 6-block spans. Guards patrol the neighborhoods at daytime and past dusk, while every 15 minutes one can hear a drone above. A rather quaint abiding place, I hear the listener say, with top-notch infrastructure and security array. But though it may sound strange to hear, these silicon behemoths, infested with surveillance, each street with cameras on it, were yet not free from crime or vice or rankest of misdeeds. These carried on unhindered and approached ubiquity. This fact was most mysterious and caused some apprehension. The blame was laid upon AI, whose algorithms weren't perfected. But though the cause was hot debated, all were now apprised that in these mammoth dwellings the cyber brigands thrived. In New Dunedin and New Christchurch, as in all the rest, no wallet was safe, no throat beyond reach of the hollow blade's caress. The organ trade was happily plied by enterprising rogues who brought unscheduled surgeries to unsuspecting homes. Spleens, stomachs, kidneys were very much sought after, for users of narcotic Q would have these parts transplanted. The virulent synthetic drug, addictive and extreme, wreaks havoc on internal parts of those who taste its stream. With 10 or 12 years of its use, the organs begin to fail. Then one must find replacements, else sign off on one's life tale. It was the time of smart cities, of interconnected things. Each toaster, stove, and handrail were severally jacked in. Sampling all the fingerprints and analyzing fluids to send on to a central hub studied by research units. In every movement that one made, one's score was on the line. Ability to publish or to teach, one score was on the line. Ability to catch a plane or to have business clients. Ability to publish or to teach or graduate, to vote, or ultimately the ability to mate. All of these were linked in to a single social rating, which would be lowered should there be instance of misbehavior. In such wise, as the logic went, would every citizen be made to act most virtuous and shun all forms of sin. A bold plan, marrying the best of tech and social aims. The only problem was, of course, the system could be gamed. For sensors in the urinals and toilet bowls and sinks, designed to pick up traces of abuse of drugs or drink, were easily evaded using cheaply acquired tonics, which made one's pee as clean as if it came from Mary Poppins. When bracing posts in trains, as well as buses and air trams, were rigged to register secretions from passengers' hands, to check for chemicals which signaled guilt, lust, or bad diet, it took less than a week before some found ways to defy it. One took the form of shower gel, which, used for just one wash, would change thereafter all the signals that one's skin gave off. While cameras, whose design it was to match IDs to faces, were hacked and made to go upon the wildest goose chases. Regardless who the person was beneath the camera's eye, tall or short, young or old, black or brown or white, the scanner, after processing, read always with precision. The individual in question was a certain Richard Nixon. All of this, you can believe, vexed law enforcement truly. They gathered and debated on these pranks of the unruly. Inquiries had thus far turned up little of import. The one agreed fact was these acts stemmed from a single source. Some underground resistance group clearly bent on mischief. The only question was, how could they infiltrate and end it? A game of cat and mouse ensued, which carried on for years, but leads remained elusive. No decisive clues appeared. This might have gone on centuries, with none taking the bait, but things at last came to a head in 2098. That's my poem. Thanks for listening. Next week.